Hi everyone, my name is Gyulten and I'm a second year PhD student at the Language and Cognition Lab at Koç University in Istanbul, Turkey. And today I'm going to present to you part of my PhD research, which focuses on understanding the role of hand gestures in creative idea generation and across different domains of creativity. So, did you know that you could use a shoe to drink champagne from it? Well, I didn't. But when we asked participants in our lab to come up with as many answers to the question, what could you use a shoe for? That was one of the most common answers. And this is the alternative uses task, which measures divergent thinking, or the ability to generate many different ideas or many different solutions to a problem. And divergent thinking has been claimed to be a valid predictor of creative potential, and it is assessed through fluency and originality of ideas, as well as flexibility or the variety of categories that are incorporated in the responses, and also elaboration or the amount of details that is added to those responses. At this point, you might be wondering, what do gestures have to do with creativity? Well, according to the Jean-Plor model of creativity, creativity emerges through the mental visualization of specific forms. And in the gesture literature, it has been often found that gestures activate mental images, which helps facilitate problem solving and word retrieval. Research has also found that fluid arm movement could boost creative idea generation. And when children were encouraged to gesture, they generated significantly more creative ideas, and they also told longer and more creative narratives. So in our study, we wanted to see if encouraging gesture use in a sample of young adults could boost their creative idea generation, and if there was any relationship between self-reported creativity domains such as scholarly creativity, performance, everyday and artistic creativity, and divergent thinking performance in the tasks. So we recruited 80 young adults. Most of them were university undergraduate students. We did the sessions on Zoom and we recorded them for further gesture analysis. We also had two groups and two conditions. The first group was both in the gesture spontaneous and then in the gesture encouraged condition, while the second group was only invited in the gesture encouraged condition. And we did that so that we could control for practice effects in the first group. We administered the alternative uses task. We used two stimuli for each condition, and we counterbalanced the tasks. We also used the revised creativity domain questionnaire and the biographical inventory of creative behaviors. Both of them are self-reported creativity measures. And our preliminary results showed that participants who were first exposed to the gesture spontaneous condition, in their gesture encouraged condition, they elaborated significantly more when they were generating ideas. And that was also true when we compared those participants to the other participants in the gesture only condition. However, this finding wasn't true for the other domains of divergent thinking, such as flexibility, fluency, and originality. And we also found that scholarly creativity was positively correlated with fluency and originality of ideas, and performance creativity was positively correlated with elaboration of ideas. And this was only true for the gesture spontaneous condition. We didn't detect those results for the gesture encouraged conditions. As a conclusions, our first main finding is that maybe encouraging gesture use could increase elaboration in responses, and previous research has also shown that encouraging gestures actually increases discourse length, and when children were encouraged to gesture, they told longer narratives. However, for the current study, we don't know if our result is due to a practice effect, since that was only true for the condition when people were first exposed to the spontaneous gesture condition, or that's true because people really gestured more in the encouraged condition. And further analysis of gesture frequency and gesture types will help us find the solution to that question. And secondly, we found that scholarly creativity was positively related to fluency and originality of ideas. And that could be due to our sample because most of them were university students, and then they might have thought that their scholarly or academic creativity was better than their, let's say, artistic creativity. And finally, performance creativity was related to elaboration in responses. But since elaboration was kind of neglected compared to fluency, originality, and flexibility in the divergent thinking literature, we don't have an evidence-based speculation about that finding. So thank you all very much for listening. I hope to see you at the conference, and I'm looking forward to your questions and comments. Bye.